Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the fucking show. I am still man at arms because Mr. Worldwide was already taken. With me as always is Fork and Knife Spoon, aka Ryan. We'll get into why they call him that later. That's a segment. We have notes.
Okay.
And joining us this week, Mr. OrganicEar, who, if you don't know him, I mean, you probably don't look at Twitter, hang out in Twitch chat or anything. He's everywhere.
Everywhere.
That man is into fancy headwear, which is just fine.
It's a hat.
As you can see, that's a thing for us.
Hey, I'm a space pirate, okay? That's essentially what the Drifter is. More or less.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let it slide. How's that?
My hair is very fluffy tonight because I had to hurry up and jump in the shower and had no time to apply any hair products, which Ryan does not have this issue either.
Just nothing visible, we'll put it that way.
That is neither here nor there. All right. Grocery list, or whatever the fuck we call this segment. Thank you once again to all of the audio listeners. I love your fucking face that I can't see. You guys are animals. It's amazing, but your support is huge. So, all of you who listen to us while you're driving to work, pretending to work, maybe sneak out to the restroom. What you do in there is not my business. This is fine. We appreciate you nonetheless.
So you want an interesting statistic about our audio?
I do now.
Over 3,000 downloads. Unique downloads.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I think
For a show that has less than 20 episodes done so far.
I gotta look into that because I don't know math. This is fine. Sounds impressive. Just throwing this out there, I will be attending Guardian Con. This is my face. If you want to see this face in your face, you can approach this face. This is fine. I will be hanging out with... this may or may not turn into a thing, so I'll definitely be hanging out with Mylan. So we'll be bumming around in between. If he does any official things, which I'm sure he's going to do a couple panels or something. Or maybe not. Whatever. Our friend Danos is also flying in from Australia. That's BK's best friend. So if you know BK Spleen, this is the kind of weekend. Well, we were just kind of chatting. This might turn into like a movable feast with me, Matt, Danos, and Polar Bear, where it's just a free-range bunch of Australians and me randomly interviewing people and getting heavily intoxicated. At least one of those things will happen. Definitely the last one. But that's neither here nor there. If you want to see us, I'm very loud and I have gray hair. I'll probably stick out my crown. So that's the thing.
And, well, no, you're in Florida, so very loud and gray hair is kind of the norm down there. I mean, it's hell's waiting room, for fuck's sake. It's all
That's
gray hair and loud. Everybody's turning up their hearing aids.
Should we make T-shirts so I can be that dude that wears his own T-shirt?
We can go to like T Public and get some done.
That's probably not going to happen. Moving on.
Just watch Twitter. Man at Arms, I'm sure, will be tweeting out where he's at, or lying about where he's at, so you're not there.
Or there'll be photos of me passed out on the floor somewhere. Either way, I mean, good times will be had.
Oh shit!
That being said, organic. Who are you and what the fuck do you do? Tell the people.
I am organic or OrganicEar, depending on where you know me from. I go by organic or ear. A lot of times, if it's something remotely competitive, it's going to be ear because people like that one syllable call out. But I stream on Twitch. I'm one of the billion affiliates that, have a few viewers now and then. And I primarily stream Gambit. That's my big thing.
I'm gonna get into this.
Yeah. So,
No, I have questions because, well, we'll get into it. It's, well, let's get to the niceties. Ryan, did you get to play any video games this week?
I got to play video games. Unfortunately, not Destiny. When I went to log in today, the servers just kept saying no. So I kept getting an error back. Whatever. I can't remember which one it was, but one of their animal call out errors. So have to work on that later tonight.
Hard.
Did you really?
It really pissed me off. Well,
Today?
I'm on X. No, not today.
Oh.
I think it was on Saturday.
So
Trying to knock out the. Oh yeah, I was trying to knock out a strike. It wasn't even like a gambit match. It was like I was trying to do a strike, and I got guitarred 3 times during a strike.
So I got a text message earlier today that said the Outbreak Prime is back in D2 or something like that, and I went immediately to jump on and check it out, and the server slapped me and said no.
Yes, they snuck that in surreptitiously. I think, well, you could not do it on Xbox because that took more complicated maintenance. They're like, live on PC and PS4, and they're like, Xbox, it's going to be like 3 to 5 hours. But we'll get around to it.
Well, that's only because you need a few more people to log in to form a full team to go run it.
Oh, we'll tell you something really cool that I did see, because as soon as, I thought Anon Pig was trolling me, so I sent a very nasty gift to him. He's like, Outbreak Prime is back, and I can't remember, it was like, whatever motherfucker or something like that, and then I start scrolling down, and everybody's talking about, so I'm like, oh, this is the one time you weren't trolling me. This is fine, the boy who cried wolf. But I jumped onto YouTube, and I'm like, well, somebody has to be doing something, because everybody's racing to be the first one to, hey, you had that time-sensitive material you have on YouTube. So I go and it's Outbreak Prime, Destiny 2, search. And at the top of the list, there was one dude. Let's see. His Twitter handle is @ThatUnknownYT. He's just a dude. He's not an unknown dude. He's got 14,000 YouTube followers. I honestly never heard of him.
So it's an ironic screen name.
Right. But he was the only dude streaming live on YouTube. And at Outbreak Prime. So I tuned into it, and it was just kind of amazing because I watched the dude have 150 viewers. Then it was 250. And the last time I looked, he had almost 10,000. He almost had 1,000 live viewers because he was the only dude
on YouTube
streaming the Outbreak Prime, quest.
So,
and he was sick. He was at home sick. He wasn't even planning on streaming. He's just like, well, fuck, I'm sick. I'm staying home today. And he's like, oh, well, I'll turn on that.
So tomorrow we're going to get on Twitter and we're going to see this guy's gotten fired from his job because he stayed home sick and was playing games.
Oh, he actually did sound like shit, though. It was like it's fucked up to be sick, but, when Destiny releases the content, you got to suck it up. He was a pretty cool guy. So, all means, free shout out if you want to check him out. He was a cool dude, very chill. Run me a lot of Mexican in you, but just throwing that out. But all right. So, well, how was everybody else's week? I didn't tell you about my week. So we know what Ryan's is. I'll throw out mine. I wasted a lot of time getting my Gambit Pinnacle weapon. I have that now. This is done.
Why do you say wasted time?
It's not great unless it's like arc burn, because it's an arc light machine gun.
Okay.
You can make it work for you, but I mean, it's not the best. It's not bad. It's just not the best. You have a Thunderlord. I will use that. It is obnoxious looking and shoots a lot of bullets, so I like it. But this is fine. But it's not great. And then I decided I needed an oxygen scout rifle, so I've just been grinding strikes over and over again because nobody wants to run a Nightfall.
All 6 of the people on Xbox don't want to do Nightfall, huh?
Never did. Organic, tell us about your gaming this week.
So let's see. I honestly am one of the few people that have actually liked the Revelry, and I already miss it now that it's gone, because since most of what I do is PvE, I love spamming grenades everywhere. It made things a lot more fun. Especially in Gambit, I figured out you could, when you got to the primeval phase, you could one grenade and one Jotun shot on an envoy, and that was usually the end of them. As long as your teammates were there to help you. So I could have a teammate go take care of the other envoy. I would pre-grenade, then Jotun, maybe do a second one if it wasn't dead already, and then you had the third one spawning almost right away.
So I'm working on this picture in my mind of you putting a grenade in a toaster.
Yeah, the supercharged toast. You grenade, and then you bake the envoy with the toaster, and then by that time you've got another grenade if for some reason it wasn't dead already.
I mean, I'm more or less just Jotun for every game mode, so I mean...
Yeah, that's my problem, is not having enough ammo for it. I need more reserve ammo. 50 sounds like a good number.
I'm starting to pay attention to like the fusion rifle scavenger perk. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna save this. I'm up again. All right, so this is what I really wanted to talk to you about, because you are fully a collector in the Gambit playlist, correct?
Just about, yes.
And
you have like an obscene amount of motes collected.
Yeah, you put out a tweet. 7777, I believe, was your tweet, right?
Yes, I tagged Bungie. I actually got a full fire team to help me out, just to make sure that I could hit the number and not have any problems with it. They helped me get to the 77,777 motes banked, and then I took a screenshot of it and put on Twitter. But I've surpassed that now. I'm past 78,000 motes. I didn't get to play yesterday. But my goal is, by the end of Season of the Drifter, I am trying to get over 100,000 motes. So,
you put up a tweet about being, I think it was 89th in the world as far as Gambit wins?
That's the classic Gambit, yeah. And okay. I've fallen since then. Apparently several people still play that. So, and I play Prime mostly, so there's no telling what I was at one point, because I just recently found that out. But right. I'm down to like 90 or so now.
What is it tracked on? Because I have a genuine curiosity.
Destiny tracker.
And what system are you playing on?
On PC.
On PC.
It's on PC.
Okay.
I pulled up my Gambit Elo the other day, and it was like the blue platinum thing, and I'm like, I actually tweeted Destiny Tracker. I'm like, you might want to take a look at your Elo ratings for Gambit, because I am basically hot garbage.
It says I am too.
I'm like, how can I be a top tier player? This does not make sense. The numbers in contradiction.
Oh, good God, I don't even want to look at mine.
I just decided not to look at Destiny Tracker anymore a long time ago, but I got sucked in because of where this conversation was going. All right, so you're obviously okay. So you're the collector in your team. This is what you focus on.
Yes.
When you're playing, do you seem to run into other guys that are doing the same thing? Because the collector seems like it would be the one that most people wouldn't do.
I do occasionally. It was really odd because for a long time I hadn't run into any collectors. There'd be one here or there. But this past weekend, it was probably every other game I was running into at least one full collector. And I don't know why all of a sudden they've started popping up, but it's a thing now apparently. But my biggest problem that I keep running into is collectors are the role that no one knows what to do with when they see. Because they are rare enough that the Reapers and the Sentries are like, am I supposed to let you collect? You mean I don't actually do anything other than shoot stuff? Yes. Shoot things, let me run in.
Okay, so because I know nothing about it. I mean, I saw it once. What are your when you're kitted out in your gear? What's the perks on your class for collector?
The first, let's see if I can get these from memory here. The first one is I drop some of my motes on death. The second one,
like they last longer.
Jesus Christ, they're setting you up for failure. They're like, you suck so bad that your teammates will be mad at you, so we're going to give them a chance to pick your shit up when you die.
Pretty much, yeah.
But like they actually stay on the ground longer too before they disappear.
I think that's a Sentry. I think that's the Reapers. I think that's the Reapers. I get more special ammo whenever I bank, special and primary every time I bank. Yeah. So the more times that I bank, the more Jotun ammo I have, which is awesome.
If that was the case, I'd be banking after every mote I picked up.
Oh, here we go. Varaxa just dropped them in chat for me. So that's the
shit. The wall attack. Okay.
Okay, so at +6, I get an overshield when I pick up 5 motes in quick succession.
This is useful.
And then, especially the way that I play. And then
great kinetic ammo, and then you get the super big ass blocker.
I get the giant blocker at 20
and
motes.
you can also carry.
Right. That's the final one, right? Is 20.
Yes.
All right. So when you go into a game, basically like every wave you bank immediately. Is that or do you bank in increments, or do you go for the 20? Like, I want to know your whole strategy because you and I play nothing alike. This is fine.
So okay, it's actually I had made a post a tweet about how much I like collector, and Cammy Cakes actually I thought put it very nicely. He answered and said that he was partial to it because it's a risk reward thing. You're constantly, and I agree with that, you're constantly having to weigh out the other team's invasion that's coming up versus how many motes you've got, and are your teammates good enough to protect you? Because if I'm holding 14 and I know the other team's about to invade, chances are I'm heading for the bank. I'm getting rid of the moat. Now, if I've got 2 full geared up invaders and it's the alarm goes off that we're being invaded, and then the first 2 invades have been invader down, I'm just going to keep playing.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But if I'm solo queuing, I'm probably not going for 20. If the wave ends and I'm in the teens of motes, I'm probably banking. If the wave ends and I'm still single digits, I'll probably go one more round and try to pick up 20.
So when you're playing, are you the one generally trying to get a lot of kills, or are you running in behind your teammate who are taking everybody out and picking up the shit on the ground?
I'm in front of them. I'm like, the ads are still alive. They're still out running around.
So you're not clearing ads then?
No.
Okay.
No. Matter of fact, I used to carry Lord of Wolves because I could get in the face of anything and shoot it and not have with Jotun, I have to worry about backblast and dying from the explosions, or at least damaging myself. Lord of Wolves, I don't have to worry about that.
Get killed by your own toaster.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's really embarrassing when you're holding 15 to 18 motes or more, and you shoot a knight in the face or a captain in the face, and
you were one step too close.
Yeah, one step too close and you die with everything.
Like, if when I go through a portal, he's the guy I'm looking for. Like, because I immediately, like, scan the horizon and try to find the guy with the most motes. I'm like, I don't care if I die. I have to kill that dude. Like, he's the first that has to go. Whoever has the most motes is your primary target when you invade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now, if there's a dude right in front of you, you should probably deal with the situation. Don't get me wrong, but you're looking for the guy who you catch at the wrong time. He's got 10, 12, 15 on him. Especially because I lock the bank when I jump through now. So that's kind of funny.
Especially I hate when invaders do that. Oh my gosh. Those guys make me so mad.
It's even, I did the whole thing where you eat the moat and you get the bonus, so you still lock the bank and you can drain them, but I put on the Helm of Saint 14 and pump the bubble over the bank. The good times.
So
That's right, I forgot, you're one of the dirty titans.
He went just full asshole is what I heard.
That's, yeah.
Ain't no here in my bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Come to me.
And then you got 4 motherfuckers standing around that bubble waiting for it to pop so they can get you, though.
If there's a warlock, it's very short-lived. To be perfectly honest with you. If there's a warlock with a super, it's pretty much over.
Mm-hmm. So.
But that's neither here nor there. But no, so you're playing very aggressively. So you're going in. You're basically counting on your teammates to help clean up and actually be there.
I'm counting on them to pull aggro on all the ads.
Right.
So.
Matter of fact, there's a Reaper in my community that I work with a lot. I've dubbed him the #1 Reaper in North America because we have to tell him to slow down most of the. We're all still at the bank, and he's over clearing out the next wave, and motes are expiring. And we're just banking. It's not. I still remember one of the first times whenever I realized how good he actually was. The way everything was kind of set was you would have ideally 2 people on each side clearing ads. He went off and took one side by himself. I went and picked up motes on the other side. The other 2 guys ran off. They're headed back to the bank. I come around and he's standing there watching, just looking at me. Motes all over the ground. And he was just looking. I don't know. And knowing him, he probably changes it. But he is absolutely insane when he plays. And he'll just stand there, look at the motes to make sure they don't expire. As long as it looks like I'm going to get them, he'll just stand there and watch. If they're going to expire, then he'll pick them up. But that's how Reapers should be playing, but instead I have to fight Reapers for motes most of the time because they're used to having to kill stuff and pick up because there aren't enough collects in the game.
I wonder if this is even gonna be a thing once the season starts because but we got 4 weeks left.
Something like that.
On the opulence, it's like, are people even gonna want to keep? Are they going to get into it more, or is it's going to be like the new hotness, and they're just going to fuck off and do whatever that's going to be? I
hope
like the
not.
teamwork. I like the interaction. I actually go into team chat now, more or less to swear at my teammates than actually constructively participate.
Yeah, that's team chat.
Would you fucking just bank? Fucking bank now! We have 74 fucking bank!
Yes. Oh my gosh. There's always that one guy. Everybody else is banked. He's holding 11 motes and thinks he needs 15.
And you only need 1.
And we need 1. Yeah.
I can't remember if I was playing a regular Gambit Prime game or a regular Gambit match or a Gambit Prime match, but we needed one right after I banked. We needed one, and I had 3 teammates. I'm like, well, somebody will bring one.
And they're all holding 7 and 8.
They're all running around like Jack. I was just like, oh, okay, they're not coming. I ran, killed one ad, picked up one moat, and ran
Came back.
and brought the Prime in. I was like, fuck it.
So,
I don't know if we won that game or not, but it was very disheartening. It's fine. I'm sure
I've done
everybody
that
had
a
a
time or
quest.
two.
I'm sure everybody was on a quest or a bounty or something.
my question is does nobody play with their volume on? Because you'll hear the drifters start talking about banking, you'll pull the prime heat. It's like, motherfucker, he's telling you, just go put your shit in the bank. So I'm just curious, does anybody actually turn the volume up, or do they play it and have music blasting the entire time? Or what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I think that the game should do the joining allies, 3, 2, 1, and everybody gets pulled to the bank. That would be nice.
Everybody would get guitared at that point, though.
Well, that's true.
It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Thing in my life now, apparently.
So,
All right, let's drift a little bit. Brian brought this up in the week, and I'll let you take it from here.
what are we doing?
Gamer tag.
Oh,
Duration.
I actually want to start in a different place. I want to talk about the getup that he's wearing, and then go to the name. And the reason why, the conversation we were having in Discord before we went live, and Rick, you weren't even here for this, is, he said I'm a small time streamer and I got to do things to get noticed. So I want him to kind of explain what he's got going on there, and then how that fits the name. so tell us about your getup, why you look the way that you do, and then how does that tie in? There's more than that. He's got fucking safety glasses on, sitting in front of a computer.
Yeah.
I mean,
is he afraid it's going to start
I'm not.
is it going to start sparking and shit?
No.
Was it built by HP and you're afraid it's going to explode? What the fuck?
No,
I was thinking maybe if you're really into porn, you might need safety glasses. It's neither here nor there.
Oh wow.
So
Cut that in post. It's fine.
So, but like he was saying, about being the streamer and trying to get noticed and things like that. So I was kind of hoping tie it together and talk about the streaming a little bit, and also shout out the guy that you were talking about just a minute ago. That was your big help. Your what the hell did you call him? The best one in North America.
The Reaper.
The Reaper. Yep, this is Ejection. Is his screen name.
Okay.
Ejection.
I would love to know where that comes from. I don't think I've ever asked him. But, yeah. He's got a very interesting name as well.
It's always the same hat, Space Pirate.
Yes, always. It doesn't matter what game I play. It could be Apex, still have the pirate hat on.
I'm in Tampa. This is fine with me.
Yeah, it was just one of those things whenever I decided I was going to start streaming and actually do it on a regular basis. I was like, okay, I'm going to be down at the very bottom of the directory starting. I have essentially no one following me. I think I had like 3 followers at that time. And so I was like, all right, I've got to figure out some kind of way to stand out. Because if you just scroll through the directory, everybody looks the same. Even with or without face cams, all those streams look the same. You have to do something to make yourself stand out. And I was like, what? I want to play Gambit. I got to play it at Guardian Con. I loved it. And I was like, all right, I know that's what I'm going to mostly play. And I had heard somebody refer to the Drifter as a space pirate. And I thought, done. I'm going to dress up as a space pirate. And I'll put my own twist on it. So I bought a pirate hat and some cheap safety glasses off Amazon. And even decided to go with the nice dog tags. that have absolutely nothing on them for no good reason.
So,
But yeah, I mean, it's just something to make myself stand out when you're scrolling, and hopefully, get somebody to click on my channel versus all the other 100 or so on there.
I mean, I would click the button just to go, wait.
I would ask, what the fuck do safety glasses, dog tags, and a pirate hat have to do with each other?
That's the thing. They don't necessarily. But that's the whole deal. It's about just having a good time streaming, and it also helps me out whenever I start. Like if I start getting mad at the game or something, I have to remind myself, dude, you look ridiculous. Do you think for a second that getting angry is actually a good idea right now? Probably not. It's gonna make you look even worse.
Well, that's fair.
So pull it together and act happy.
I can't argue with it.
So, all right. So, how was the name OrganicEar born? Because the first time I heard this, I went, "Oh fuck, we're getting a vegan on here. This is not going to be fun." What?
No, it has nothing to do with anything like that. So originally, I wanted to go by my first name. Whenever I first got Xbox Live, I wanted to use my first name, which is Weston, and it was taken already. No surprise. Well, I spell I spell mine different, but yeah, I can see essentially, yeah. But it was, no surprise. It was already taken. And so I just went to the random name generator on Xbox. And it came up with all these different names. And I kept cycling through. I was like, I don't like that. Don't like any of those. OrganicEar. And there were a bunch of numbers after it. And I was like, I like that. Until I can figure something out, I'll take that one.
And how long has this been?
8 years.
So
8 years now.
I don't know if that's a comment on congratulations to Xbox Live, or holy shit, you're not creative. It's taking you 8 years and you're still stuck on OrganicEar.
I ended up.
No, it's a brand.
Yeah.
Right. I ended up. I finally just kept it because so many people commented on it. I played Halo a lot, and you'd sit in the lobbies, and this was back before they tried to minimize interaction with people like it seems like they do now, and all the people in there could talk to each other. So many people would they'd make fun of it or they'd comment about it, whatever. I finally was like, I think I'm just gonna keep it. So
Well, okay, where did Fork and Knife Spoon come from? Like,
I've-
is this actually your screen name?
This is the name I use.
This is an old joke. This is very.
Oh, I mean, I was in high school at the time that this was going on. This is back in the days of like carrying your PC to your buddy's house and having LAN party days and shit.
Did you say a LAN party?
LAN, LAN, local area network.
Oh, I thought you were having parties with lambs. I was.
Well, that's on the farm. We do that shit now.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're telling really bad racist jokes, why does a cowboy fuck a sheep on the edge of a cliff?
It pushes back better.
Yeah. So the sheep pushes back. Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be about a Welshman, but this is fine.
So yes, that's where Fork Knife Spoon came from. Was a really bad racist joke. So tell us the story of Man at Arms, and if it's He-Man related, I'm gonna punch you.
100% He-Man related.
All right.
Yes, because my first gamer tag was German. I got tired of people trying to pronounce it in raids. Not even joking.
And what was the first one?
Oh, it's a Totentanz, which is in German means death dance, because I'm dancing.
Okay.
It was also a character from a very old role-playing game.
Okay.
It was cool when I was in high school. It was a role-playing game. And, decade goes by and it kind of lost any continuity.
The 80s went out of style.
And then people are just looking at the gamer tag and like, Totem. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. That's fine.
Okay.
So, Man at Arms was just kind of like the moniker of my YouTube character because he was like really smart but a fuck up at the same time. So I thought about He-Man and I'm like, who do I know? Like, oh, Man at Arms was a smart fuck up.
All right.
But in retrospect, the reason everybody calls me Rick now is Man at Arms does not work in a raid for callouts either because they're like, man, go left. No, not you, man. The other. No, I'm way too fucking complicated.
So you can't call them Arms either.
People have, so now it's just Rick. If there's any kind of raid thing that's going.
There.
Man, no, I was standing right here. No, not you, man. I meant Bryce. It's just all fucked up.
There.
So then there's that.
Rick, you mentioned earlier about going to Guardian Con. Organic, are you going to Guardian Con this year? You said you were there last year. I wanted to interrupt and ask, but we were on another topic. I can't remember.
No, I'm not going to be going this year.
Is there a reason, or is it just like timing and, figuring all that out, or is it just I got a real job and I got to work?
It's a mix of money and the amount of time off that I get for my job. I don't get very many days off per year, so I would rather save them for like whatever the September DLC is going to be. I found that it's much cheaper to stay home.
It's going to be called Borderlands 3. That's what it's going to be. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was just, before we went live, I was reading an article that Destiny 3 is on a collision course with Borderlands 3 for September this year. And everybody's predicting that Destiny's going to die again. And I'm like, I'm so sick of this article. The Destiny killer.
Hasn't almost every other game that's been released since like 2014 been called the Destiny killer?
The Division was, Anthem was. Those were the two biggest ones that I can think of. I don't know what else.
Yeah, we see how well Anthem did.
Yeah, they're talking about shutting it down already. Jesus Christ.
All their devs have been reassigned to like something else.
Because they probably just hired all of Bungie's devs.
No, they don't even care anymore. Like, they've moved them on. So, like, yeah, this is so dead. We're just not going to work on it anymore. Oh, we got a Star Wars thing. Send those people over there. It's like that bad.
So,
and you roll the dice.
So what other games have you jumped into organic besides Destiny? You mentioned Apex. What else are you playing?
So I tried Apex, I think twice. And I've played Sea of Thieves once or twice in the past few months. Other than that, I strictly play Destiny. That's just about all I played.
Did you take the hat off for Sea of Thieves?
I did not. Matter of fact, I was encouraged to wear it for Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
It would have been ironic if you had taken it off.
It would have been, yes. I did try, I tried one night to take the hat and glasses off. And I thought chat was going to riot on me, so they had to go back on.
Okay.
Yeah, the chat, people were showing up in chat and they're like, "Where's the hat?" Well, I decided to take it off. Why? Just because.
I mean, can you imagine Mr. Rogers without his sweater? I get my money's worth out of this show. I mean, maybe Mr. Rogers is too old.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not familiar with that one.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay. So you said you're affiliated. What? Do you have questions? Then I will happily stop.
No, I have no questions.
Okay. You said you were talking about being affiliated earlier. What is your normal, I guess, streaming, like, how many days a week, how many hours, kind of what's your community like a little bit? Because I tried to watch a couple of different times and I just don't catch you. Like, your time and my time don't line up. So I was trying to get a feel for what you do and, who's all there, and just, like I said, just didn't work out for me. So.
Okay, so typically I stream 6 days a week. I do actually, I umpire baseball, so now that we're getting into the summer, that's been my second job since I was 15, and so I've kept doing that, and so now that we're getting into summer, I'm taking 2 days a week off of streaming to do that. But I stream usually starting at 8 o'clock Central Time, and I'll run until 11:30 or midnight, somewhere in there. And then the community that I have, it's all ages. It runs from people that are older than me all the way down to we've got there's a couple of middle school kids that are in there quite frequently. So it runs the full spectrum of age ranges, and yes.
I forgot you told me that you are family friendly.
Yes. The irony of me coming on here is not lost on me.
The irony.
Yes, I knew from the get-go, but if you noticed me trying very, very hard not to laugh at a particular joke that was being made earlier, that would be a huge reason.
Okay.
That was
well, hey, I didn't want you guys to have to change. I wasn't coming on here with the intent of asking anybody to change for me.
Well, good, because it wouldn't have fucking happened.
Like, use that for more comedic material, but a totally different thing. This is fine.
So, when you say family friendly, why? What draws you to that? Is that your personality, or is that just you were like, I want to get more people in here? Or is it, I have friends with kids and I have kids, or what's the reason for being family friendly versus, I guess, not family friendly or politically correct, or however you want to phrase it?
It's mostly just that's who I am, and that fits my personality the best. Being able to just be family friendly and not work or not worry about swearing or anything like that. I didn't want anybody that might be watching to have to worry about, like, if they have speakers instead of headphones and they've got kids around. I didn't want them to have to worry about that. And like I said, there's also we've got a couple of younger guys that hang around and that stream quite a bit, and that's fine by me. And I went in knowing full well that if I went family friendly, I would probably appeal to a larger age range and a larger audience.
Absolutely.
Versus if I swore all the time and played the constant gory games and whatnot, which I'll be honest, I don't play that. I don't play too many gory games anyway. That stuff never has matched my personality that well.
Are there any really gory games?
Doom used to be, wasn't it? I don't know. Can't say I've ever played one, but back in the day they were, right?
Doom. Oh no, yeah, Doom. Yeah. But I mean, like, besides like horror stuff, do they really have like ultra violent?
They're out there, but they're kind of niche market now. Not, they're not your AAA. Yeah. So they're not your AAA big budget stuff anymore.
Well, I mean, Borderlands, but that's almost like cartoon violence.
Yeah,
it's like so violent, it's ridiculousness.
Well, and I mean, that's not something I'm particularly worried about. The game that I play. I mean, wasn't Halo's always been rated M, right? Or have they ever put out a T?
That's
I think the first one was Halo Combat Evolved was rated M, wasn't
I can answer this question. I'll be right back.
Weird time back then. What the?
it?
Just
Okay then.
physically go and get a copy of Halo. Holy shit. Gentlemen, we're about to see a relic from the golden age of gaming.
Not only
That looks like that is a PC copy.
yes,
Oh
So-
wow.
yes, both of them rated M. Halo 1 and 2. So
Yeah, I don't worry about the ratings of games too much. I mean, I play whatever I want to play and whatever I feel like playing. I've played PUBG on stream once or twice, and
that game is not particularly gory unless you're playing with somebody you know and then you just want to murder that asshole.
yeah, but then you could get banned.
Only if you do it on stream.
Are they actually rated mature, the old Halo games?
Yeah, you want to hear.
That
See.
blows my mind because there's like nothing in that game. There's no.
Well, remember they changed the blood in the Cabal head. There's the M. But they changed the blood in the Cabal to be, what was it? Is it black now? And then they say it's the darkness escaping from them just to get the teen rating on Destiny because they were saying it was too gory originally when they submitted it. You're unaware of this, so
No, I mean, like if a head explodes, this would put you in the mature range. I get that.
yeah. So yeah, they changed the coloring to make it black, and then they said that's the darkness escaping instead of the blood spewing out.
No, it's like way more
I hadn't heard
complicated. There's like ether in the Fallen, and there's like the Cabal suits are pressurized because they breed out the stuff, and then the Vex are just living jizz, basically. I gotta watch that lore video again.
So are we taking the Mylan Games version of what happens versus the Bungie explanation of what it was, or what?
I don't know. I can't keep track anymore.
Okay.
I have to go start going to like the playlist because I'm so confused with what's going on now. But that's a whole rabbit hole we don't need to go down.
Right.
Yeah. We have Twitter questions,
We do.
and the first one is hat related, which you already kind of answered. What would it take to get OrganicEar to stop wearing that stupid hat? You've already done this, and people revolted, and there was mass hysteria and like
Riots in the streets. And, yes.
dogs and cats living together, chaos.
All 8 people in Minnesota moved out.
It's something like that. Yeah.
This I just threw in there because somebody took the time to write it. Does the drifter eat people, or does he eat people? Why aren't we worried about this?
Mylan.
Yeah. I think
I don't
we're
remember if he actually eats people, but I think it's possible.
gonna need to get Mylan and Beard and Bife and all the lore nerds together to answer that question.
Well, I think it's basically his character is he's a survivor. So whatever he's been thrown into, he finds a way to survive. So if like he was on a nice planet and his friend was dead, he would totally eat that person. So whether he's eating the person or not doesn't matter. He is willing to eat a person. Is the most important thing about that dude.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's eaten Cabal.
I mean,
And
I've had turtle
because
soup.
he says,
I mean,
and has he eaten Scorn?
I don't remember that. There's so
It
many
seems
lines.
like he's eaten something other than Cabal. It seems like.
I'm not recalling any of this, so
It's stuff you read in the lore entries, and it's stuff he says in game. So it's not like you can't go to just one source because it's like
Right.
actual spoken dialogue.
generally I listen to the dialogue in the game. I do not generally read lore tabs in there. I wait for smart people to put it out in videos. So
It's worked best for me this way.
All right. You got another question?
Alright, go. No.
No, do you have, that was it for Twitter?
That was it. It was Twitter for Twitter. There was
Okay.
a lot of trolling, but I edited that out this time.
Oh, I tried to watch. I didn't.
Fans trolling us. We've already answered the silly questions.
I didn't see the trolls. Dang it.
So, all right. So, moving forward, then I guess, what are you looking forward to coming along? You know, like we know the Outbreak Prime, right? What the hell? What gun was it today? Outbreak Prime. Just came out. We have a little bit of information about what's coming down the pipe. Is there anything on the remaining roadmap that you're looking forward to and going, I can't wait to get my hands on this? Or are you kind of in a like wait and see mindset?
No, there's nothing left on the roadmap.
That Season of Opulence coming.
But we don't know what's in that. They haven't told us that yet. We just know it's there.
Okay.
Like, it got to the rover and they're like, and then opulence. Like,
There's supposed to be.
shit now.
There's a 6-man match made activity in it, and another raid. We do know those are coming. I want to see what this match made 6-man whatever is. That's because they're not calling it a raid. They're not calling it horde mode. They're not. It's just 6-man match made activity. And knowing Bungie, that could be anything.
It could be Gambit.
When they have
Six-
that now,
oh,
it's
no.
the Crucible.
Not 6v6 Gambit, please. It's hard enough to get people to bank 4v4. I do not need a 150 moat game with 4 people running around trying to get 15 moats apiece, and we need 1 moat to bank. That's what that's going to turn into. You
It
get
can't
6.
be Gambit,
No, it can't be.
That would, a lot of leagues, it's there's gonna be, I don't know if they're going to bring back the original layer to light level. I know they're giving us a new raid regardless. Which, me going into a raid season, excitement. No time for that. This is just going to, I'm going to plan like way ahead and wait for like Rikakas to make a walkthrough. Memorize that shit before I even attempt this, because I'm about to like make a schedule and okay, I would like to do this raid at least once. But obviously, like the exotic quest just dropped. There's a bunch of catalysts coming out. We know that already because people data mine. This is the thing. But I don't know if they're going to. There's going to be a full blown story with Leviathan and Callus, or if it's just going to be they're going to bring the old raid back up to light level, which should be cool because I can finally finish my Acreus. Throwing that out there. Anybody wants to help me with that, DM me.
You and the 4 other fuckers playing Xbox get together and put a raid together.
I don't even need to do the whole raid. I need 7 tokens. It's fine. We can kill dogs and do baths. And fuck off. I'm good.
All right. So.
But I mean, this is like okay, like the I don't know. We talked about this the other like the season of Forge came through, so we all did that, and then this season came through, and we're all playing Gambit now. Nobody's messing with the Forge really. So I'm curious to see if we're going to go into season opulence. Nobody really messes with Gambit anymore.
Well, and that's kind of the question is, what do you think of these seasons and these slow, small but semi-frequent content drips? Are you a fan of this model that they've come up with, or is this kind of like, oh god, this is, just, it's like almost tugging at your heart, like, fucking drop something, substantial.
I honestly enjoy it. It is nice that you've got something that lasts for a month and a half for the season. They're typically dropping content for that at least the first month of a season. They'll stretch it all out. And then, we get things like today was nice because we were essentially at the end of the season and thought there was nothing left. And then this randomly showed up, the Outbreak Prime. But just in general, I mean, I like the fact that it's all strung out to the point you can't just burn through it. Because I get tired of like trying to get on any sort of forum or looking at their Facebook comments or whatever, and it's people saying, "Yeah, I ran through the DLC in 3 hours." Well, it wasn't meant for you to sit down and blow through everything, so they sort of took care of that on their own. Now it takes 3 weeks. I don't necessarily always care for that, but I prefer that as opposed to me sitting down and in 3 hours I'm through, the story or whatever they've put out.
And so far, what we know about the Outbreak is you can only go so far with it, right? You can only go and get, or can you get the whole thing done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a guy in my community that already has it.
The last update I saw, they were still trying to figure out where to go after getting through the door.
We'll know by tomorrow morning. There'll be Rikakis. Whole walkthrough, guaranteed.
Fallout will have something up 10 minutes ago. So they'll probably have 3 things up.
It's basically like the Whisper quest all over again.
Okay.
So you have to go to a certain... I'm not going to... You guys can look it up. But you have to go to a certain place to activate it, and then you go on an Easter egg hunt and do that. And then there's a mission at the end that you have 20 minutes to finish, and that's it. Get a gun. That's fine. Because Whisper was like one of the best things they dropped on us, and that was...
Whisper was awesome. And then the idea that you had to go back and kind of do it again to get the catalyst and stuff was even cool.
I still haven't done.
No, I haven't either. Because I play a Warlock. I haven't found anybody willing to do the jumps for me and go kill shit. Because trying to do that...
You're on PC, right?
Yes.
Oh, add me. I still take people through all the time.
Those jumps the first night were rough.
Yeah.
So
I've witnessed that. I've sat there and laughed.
yeah, it's not
just
not
catch
pleasant.
up when you can, dude. It's fine.
Now, I have not managed to solo that. I want to be able to, so I can take 1 or 2 people in, but I'm not that good.
I'm trying to think. I know one guy that soloed it. He goes by like CC Coon or something like that. It's the only guy I've ever witnessed.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Glad.
No, I don't know Glad, but like I actually have met this guy, talked to him or whatever.
Okay.
But on Twitter, he goes by like CC Coon, and he's the only person that I've ever known that could solo that. Speaking of that, did you guys see today there was a video of somebody soloing Riven?
Yeah.
I saw on Twitter the
didn't read it.
comment about it.
Okay.
But it is a thing.
Yeah. I love if you read the article, they're like, this will probably never happen again because it was a perfect series of timed out glitches.
And wasn't it one of those things you had to use the revelry tonic to do?
Yes, you had to, and all that shit has gone away now, so.
GG's?
Yeah. I just remember, they always talk about can it be soloed, and this was a situation where it just lined up perfect, and it was even a 1 in 45 chance that he was going to get it right by getting the right amount of eyes, the right sequence of eyes at the end on Riven to kill or whatever, and he just happened to get lucky, and then now there's no chance to reproduce it.
World's first, baby.
Yeah. So.
I honestly started to read it, and then I started getting the whole Outbreak Prime is here, and completely forgot about that until you said something.
Yeah. So.
Like, what the...
I have it saved in my notes that, that was a thing that happened, and quite astonished that it actually did happen.
The poor guy that did that. He pulls off one of the greatest achievements in Destiny.
And they shit all over him.
Outbreak Prime comes out that day, so he gets very little attention for it.
His name is lost forever in the annals of time.
Yeah.
So. Oh, crap. So.
I mean, but true heroes don't need recognition.
Bullshit.
Or do they?
They need all the recognitions.
Fuck it, whatever your name is, dude, I salute you.
So. Yeah.
You're within the sound of my voice.
Which you're probably not, so whatever.
Nah, this challenge. It's fine. Yeah. well, the revelry's over. There was much rejoicing in the community.
Yeah, but Organic even said earlier that he enjoyed it. So I'm curious. I was going to ask you, and we moved past it real fast. Why did you enjoy it? What was it about it that you actually enjoyed?
Being able to get grenades quickly. That was the grenade recharge rate was what I loved. And then if you would go into Reckoning, for PvE, I wish that it would have stayed around. I can understand why people playing PvP didn't like it. I tried to jump into PvP because I heard this thing about it being easier if you would put on Shinobu's Vow and use skip grenades. Matter of fact, I had a couple people reach Fabled by let's see, one person did the Supernova handheld. Another person, I think, just constantly skipped. They got with a group and did skip grenades. And so I had a couple people in my community that ended up with Recluses and Luna's Howls and all kinds of wonderful things that came out of the Revelry because it was a lot easier for them. I played a few games and was like, no, this will not work for me.
So basically, people are bitching that Bungie put in an easy button for 2 weeks.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, it's not necessarily an easy button. It was depending on which end you were on.
Well, if you're the asshole that was standing there getting tagged with all the grenades, no. But
yeah, those people didn't have a good time.
So
it's like, I'm a Titan. We don't really have a whole lot of options in the whole grenade thing. Be it we can throw one or we can throw 20. Like pretty much lightning grenades or suppressors. That's what you had to pick from. It's like, well, I'm gonna go do something else for next 3 weeks. It's fine.
Yeah, but for PvE it was great. And it sounded like from the way Bungie talked that they're actually going to probably not include that in Crucible, if I had to guess, the next time they do Revelry.
I don't think they'll do that.
Is that how you kind of took their response as well?
Yes, I think they'll gloss that over. Or
I remember reading the apology. I don't remember don't remember the details surrounding the apology, if that makes sense.
The too long don't read version was basically we fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. See you in 3 weeks.
So that's what happens when half your staff leaves.
Oh, fuck off.
All in the same week. Half your staff leaves.
Yeah, fuck off. Plus, it was totally tested.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Rick, do we have anything else to cover tonight?
I mean, I was gonna go off, but I'm gonna skip it.
Okay. Organic. You got anything?
Single-handedly pissed off like 40% of the world population earlier, so I'm just kind of like, that's enough. That's enough trouble for one night.
What, me? Hey, I didn't say I wrote the joke. I just said there was a joke back in the day.
It's fine. We'll move on. It's fine.
Organic, you have anything that you would want to say or express to people that have not met you, heard of you before? You're getting put in front of tens of people.
Tens of people?
All at one time.
No, I think we've pretty well covered everything tonight. Everything from the hat to why I am how I am when I stream. So, and what I stream. That's a very short list.
What's your stream schedule? Like, how often do you stream? Or what days of the week?
Just about every day except for Mondays right now until I hit that 100,000 motes banked mark. It's going to be from roughly 8 p.m. Central Time until 11:30 or midnight. And then on the weekends, I don't actually have a set schedule, but usually I try to be on by 4 p.m. Central, and I will go as long as I can. That can be way after midnight sometime.
Well, I haven't ever asked anyone this question before. It seems like an important question. Like, what's your schedule?
And the best part is he already told us. He just hung up.
Oh, we just lost him.
No, he hung up. This is fine. So,
There's the emote. We need the burning table emote. This is fine.
All right. Let's see if he comes back. Did you really hang up on us? He's muted now, too. You're muted.
This is fine.
There we go.
That was 100% unintentional. I'm not even joking.
Unintentional?
It was unintentional.
Good.
I just went, oh, fuck.
All right. So, while you were gone, we decided to wrap things up, Rick.
Again, it's fine.
So, Organic, where can people find you? Where's the best place to talk to you, be part of the community?
You can find me on Twitch. I stream under OrganicEar. You can also follow me on Twitter with @OrganicEar. And in chat, if you do !Discord, you can find my Discord. So yeah, that's it. I don't do all the YouTube, Instagram. I don't have time for all that stuff.
Okay. So simple. It's very nice.
You can find me at thisisfine.com.
It'd be a picture of a burning table.
Dude, go Google that. If that's not an IP, I want it immediately. I want thisisfine.com. It probably goes.
It's probably a porn site.
This is not fine. Right next to Destiny Unfiltered, spelled correctly. Oh. Fuck, you know where to find me, folks.
Yeah.
Love your face.
If you're here, you know us already, so.
Next week, NASA scientist.
Oh, yes.
Cocoa Bay, or Cocoa Bay. We'll ask her when she's here. And we will not ask her pre-show. We will ask her live, so the awkwardness is fresh. And, you know, we're going to discuss Destiny in the United States of space with her. Whatever it is. And then the following week, it's going to get weird. May or may not know this person. If you hang around the Infinity, you do. But we're going to have Mod Sherpa. I'd buy some beer. That'll probably get us banned from Twitch. But this is fine.
Well, we're banned already. What the hell?
Thisisfine.com.
Organic, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you for having me on, guys. I've enjoyed it.
And good night.